Already so far we have started the JavaScript concept. Basically within the JavaScript presently we are learning or the basic concept of the programming only itself. So today I will actually wants to show that from where we have started and what are the basic things. So let me show you first the PDF. I think most of you have gone through the PDF. Then also I want to show you, otherwise you may be confused. That's why this I'm opening the PDF. I think just a minute. The screen is visible. Okay, wait a minute. Let me share the screen. Yeah. So now actually today I'm going to show you from where we are running. So let me open the page first from where JavaScript is starting. Since we have learned HTML and after that we have done the CSS one, these two, as I told that HTML is the basic code for creating any web page or website. But after creating the web page or website, if we want to just change the setting or change the options easily, so we can use the CSS cascading style sheet. We can change the styling of the page, and after that web script using JavaScript. In this chapter what we are going to learn that how we can change the behavior of the web page, how web page will deal with the web browser. So that is the concept, that is the main concept of this chapter. So that is JavaScript concept. So in this chapter, basically, we learn that how we can use the JavaScript, what are the basic syntax and all. Presently, I have not started this beginning part. I'm just taking you to the particular page from where I have started. Later on, first of all, I will complete the basic concept or simply the syntax of the things, and then I will come to the beginning part. So here, basically from here, using the first program, exactly not here, I'm just showing the exact page. Yesterday I have started discussion about the keyword and variables. So from there I'm taking actually, you can say it is the second section here. I have started from here yesterday, the variables and operator. So basically before that I have discussed one keyword. Keyword is also there here, you can see. Yesterday I was discussing that keyword are those words which are reserved words. Sometimes it can be told. So these are the list of keyword. Basically, at least for example purpose, you have to always remember at least 4 to 5 keyword name. But day by day, when we'll work more and more on this JavaScript, you will automatically use those things and you will come to know that what are the others keyword. These are the basically list of keyword that we will use in the JavaScript. So as I told, keyword are the reserved word. After that, the next topic is coming, variables or identifier. So what is variable or identifier? Variables means in just like in mathematics also, when we use simply x equal to 10, y equal to 10. So simply you can say x and y, that user or simply who is doing the work, that based on their choice they can take. So like the same, when we want to store some value, calculated value or any data, so that time we have to take some name, or we have to take just simple name. So those are called actually identifier or simply variable. So few variable, that's why it is called named containers in the computer memory. Means what? Let me take one example. I'm this is actually since we are running the JavaScript, but I am taking you to the Python ones. Let me show the basic concept of the variable. It will be more clarifiable. Just let me open it. Suppose this is the idle screen or Python screen. So we are not learning Python. Just be sure about that. I want to show what is the use of variable. So suppose here I am taking x equal to 10. That means what? The value of x is 10. But suppose next time also again you if you take a value of x equal to 100, that is also okay. That means what? This x is user defined. User can take x or user can take y, anything. It is of user choice, not based on the fixed concept of program. The fixed things that we cannot change, that is the keyword. That is the keyword. For example, in this Python also, the same keyword, most of the keywords are same. Just like one example I am showing you, the if keyword, if keyword. These are the keyword. If keyword, then you can say else keyword. These are the common keywords that are used basically most of the programming languages. Keyword whose meaning cannot be altered. Just like now why it is called the named memory location. For example, you can see I'm storing here x equal to 10, and then I'm storing here x equal to 100, then I'm storing y equal to 100. Now suppose here one technique is there, id of x. If we write, oh sorry, small x I've given here, id of capital X. So one random number you can see, actually this is nothing but the memory address from where it is fetching the value of x. If we again do the same thing, for example, id of capital Y, so you can see the same memory location is coming because 100 in the both case, x is 100 and y is also 100. So Python is reducing the space occupancy by keeping the same things in the same memory location. But for other example, I am taking another variable z equals to 120, for example. And if we now do id of z, here you can see the id is being changed. That means the memory location is changed. This means what? When we store any data on any programming language, or simply I'm taking another example. Suppose you are playing a game, you are just running one game. In the same time, in your it will capture the memory from your RAM. It may be mobile, or it may be that means smartphone, or it may be your computer. So from the RAM, through the variables only, the memory is actually captured, and that will block your memory. For example, sometime you might have seen that when you are running multiple apps, so your phone gets slow down, might get slow down. So why it is so? Because when multiple apps we are running at the same time, so lot of variables will capture the most of the memory of the RAM. So that's why sometimes our phone getting slow. So this is the basic reason behind the memory concept. So that's why variables are called named memory location or named container of computer memory. So you can place data in this container and refer to the value using the name. That means what? Once we will store the variable, for example, just like we have stored the z equals to 120 and y equals to 100. Now suppose if we want to do addition of this 100 plus 120, so in place of 100 plus 120, now we can write y plus z also. Y plus z, capital Y we have to write y plus z. So now in place of capital Y, if we give small y, it will give us error. Why? Because compute here we have used the capital Y as variable, so we have to use the same variable within the same program. If you have saved the any value under small version or any other variable, and if you are using any other name or other things, so then it will not use or it can't understand. For example, another simple example I am taking. Suppose I want to store uh, anyone's age, two persons age. So I'm taking one variable age 1. I'm taking one variable age 1. So age 1 equals to, suppose I'm taking 10, and age 2, age 2 equals to, I'm taking 20. Now, if we want to add these two ages, so that time I will not use this 10 plus 20. What I will use? Age 1 plus age 2. Age 1 plus age 2. So what is the benefit of this? The benefit is that once you store under a variable, that variable can be used for multiple time. You no need to recall the values. Automatically from the variable, values will be used. This is the thing. But always we have to remember the variables will be same for the entire program. Suppose in place of this small h1 plus small h2 small case, if we just write capital H and capital H2, so it will give us error because it is not defined. That means we have never used it. But suppose if you have used capital H, then entire program, through the entire program, you have to use this capital H version only. Is the concept clear? Is the meaning of the identifier is clear? Now, but here we have to know few basic rules. So next 2 points you can see that here 2 points you can see from here. The variable are basically a scope or specific data type, and identifier is the name of the variable. And here are the two rules. What are the rules? Identifier must start with a character, a dollar sign or an underscore. But dollar sign, it is not feasible in all programming language. In case of JavaScript, it is possible. So must start with a character, a dollar sign or an underscore. An identifier can't use reserved keyword. That means what? For example, just you can see I've used this age 1 in place of, right, if I write one age and then I'm storing here 10. So you can see one syntax error is coming. Yesterday I was discussing about the syntax. That means just like I've written my is name Saurabh. So like the same, it was of syntactical error. So same is coming. The programming language cannot understand this wrong syntax thing. So that always you have to follow the syntax or grammar of the programming language. So this is the first rule. You can use any number after using the letter. Just like if you write A1, it is okay. It is absolutely right. There is no error. But if you write 1A, it will generate error. We cannot start a variable with any number. Next thing is there, when we are using any variable or we want to use any variable, we will never use any keyword or reserved word. For example, suppose I want to take if as a variable and we write if equals to 10. So let's see what is happening. Again, one error is coming, syntax error, because we can't use any value under if, or we can't use this if word as variable. But suppose if we change the syntax of if, that means in place of small if I write capital if version. So since in case of Python or in case of programming language, small if is stored at the variable. So capital if is not a sorry, I told variable. Small if is stored as keyword. You can use capital If because capital If is not a keyword. Now it can hold the value. Now it is holding the value, but small if cannot hold the value because it is a keyword. There are a lot many keywords are there, common keywords are there in case of Python or Java, whatever. Just like if we want to store any value under the else, that also not possible. But if we change the case or if we change little bit, if you alter the writing else, then it can hold. Now it is feasible or possible. So this is the concept of identifier. Next, already we have discussed about the keyword, whose meaning cannot be changed, and few concept more. Variable declaration. Just I was discussing here, these all are actually variable declaration. But the difference with Java and other programming language, that here we need to use sometime the data type. Just like you can see, we have to use the var. We have to use the var is the keyword in JavaScript. That means variable x. It will tell the browser, or it will tell the system that this x is a variable. What I mean to say, that means in case of Python, we are just writing x equal to any value. For example, we are writing or storing any value. But in case of JavaScript, we have to use var. But since var is not a valid in case of Python, that's why it is not taking. That's why it is not taking. It will give us one syntax error because var is not valid in case of Python. So when we'll do the actual JavaScript concept in case of our simply web page, that time we'll use it more efficiently. Just like few more examples are there, where y equals to 100, where customer, where x or only x equal to 10. So in this case, where x equal to 10, where y equal to 5, where sum equals to x plus y, all these cases, these are all type of keyword. And now the next thing is that all of you can see one point, that after each work or after each declaration, one semicolon is there. The use of semicolon already we have started from the CSS only, when we have separated multiple properties and value. So colon, we have separated the properties value under a colon, and after writing each property we have used the separator as semicolon. So obviously we have to use the semicolon, just like you can see where y equals to 100 equals to, after that one semicolon is there. So these are the general rule or syntax, you can say. Always we have to know this syntax. Next thing is, one example is there. Let's see one example. Okay, later on we'll learn this, use these things. So here from the beginning only I'm explaining a short example. Here inside the body, h1 JavaScript variable h1, one just simple heading is there. X equal to 5, y equal to 2, calculate x plus y and display. This is just a heading, not any calculation, not any JavaScript code, just a heading. Now PID goes to demo, one CSS concept is used under the script tag. Now under the script tag, actual work is going on. Why it is called script tag? Because the JavaScript actually take place under the script tag. Just like when we use the CSS, that time we have to use the style tag or style element. Every CSS things comes under the style element. On the same way, the JavaScript things comes under the script element. So here you can see two variables are declared, where x equal to 5, where y equal to 2, means two variables are declared. One is 5, one is 2. Then their sum is, we are finding, where z equals to x plus y. Now here one declaration is there, document.get element, while the demo means, here you can see PID demo, this ID is used, .inner.html equals to z. So that means what? The value of z will be shown. This type of code we will learn later on. First of all, we will learn about the JavaScript, how we can write the basic code of JavaScript, and after that we'll learn that how we can display, how we can get the value from user. Both type of concept we'll learn. This is just a simple example. And after that one concept is coming, the data type concept. Since data type is a very quite wide area of any programming language, because without data type nothing is possible. Let me show through the Python only, then I'm coming to this JavaScript concept. Data type means what? Let me show. For example, suppose I'm storing here x equal to 20 and y equal to 5.5. and Z equals to, suppose I am storing under single quotes, hello. These three things I have stored. So can anybody tell me the difference of these three value? What is the basic difference of these three value? Anybody? Can anybody tell me the difference of these three value that I have stored? Absolutely right. The first is an integer value because it doesn't have any decimal point, no fractional point. Next has any one decimal point, so that's why it is called decimal value, or sometime in case of programming language or programming terms, it is called float value. And last one is under single quotes, or you can store under double quotes, or you can store under triple quotes in case of Python. So in basically Java, we'll use simply double quotes. So this is one string value. So let's see how we can see in Python also. These are the extra concept you just need to know. You can know it. Just like if we write simply type within bracket the particular variable name, just like x, it will give class int, means it belongs to type int. That means the data type is integer. Int is the short form of integer. Next, in the same way, if you write here type of y, so it will give you float. Float means decimal point. And on the same way, if you write type of z, it will give you str. Str is the short form of string data type. So in the same way, in case of JavaScript also, few type of data or types of data types are present. So what are the basic data type? There are numbers, strings, boolean. Boolean is a special data type which hold two value, only true and false, and arrays and object. So let's see. Numbers means what? Using the number we can store, just like in Python we have seen that two different data types are there within the number. One is integer, one is float. But in case of JavaScript, the common one is number. It will hold both type of data, integer, decimal, and extra large or extra small value, means very small fractional value, very large values also. Then string, you can see it is this is a valid string. This is one example is given, and it is under double quotes. That means series of characters within double quotes. If you want to write a single character also, then also you will have to use double quotes. And next one is boolean, true and false. Obviously it will hold only true and false. So what is the meaning of true and false? For example, through Python only today, since I am discussing, let me show it here. If we write 5 greater than 6, so that means we know that 5 is not greater than 6, so here it will generate false. But if we write 5 less than 6, so it will give us true. So this type of things are called conditional testing. These are called conditional testing. Okay. So today I am doing up to here because already it's 9. Next class will start. Tomorrow we'll continue. And if any doubt, obviously you just go through. You can go through from PDF from this portion. That's why today I've started here. Okay. So if you have any problem tomorrow, you can ask. I'm in the class. Oh, okay. Okay.